Hello, I'm David. Welcome back to the Radio Pub, where we tell stories of famous and non-famous songs and how they shape the world and music. In today's episode, as you guessed from the title, we'll talk about a song that was written by one of the best songwriters and musicians of all time, Sir James Paul McCartney, and his song Yesterday.
Yesterday, all my troubles.
Today's episode is going to be a bit different, as in the previous episodes we were talking about a song that was written by a songwriter, but the major fame came to it after several years when a famous musician performed it.
Seems so far away. Now it looks
The song was first released on the album Help in August 1965, except in the United States where it was issued as a single in September same year.
looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe.
But first, let's talk about the origin of Yesterday. Yesterday was written in the attic rooms of Paul's at the time girlfriend Jane Asher's family home. Paul said that he wrote the melody in his sleep, and when he woke up, he had that lovely tune. To memorize the melody so it wouldn't go away, he wrote some simple words to go along with the phrasing of the melody line. Later he said, "If had no words, I used to call it scrambled egg. The lyrics used to go, scrambled eggs, oh my baby, how I love your legs." What's interesting is that Paul spent some time not quite believing that he had in fact written it. He had played it to almost everyone he met just to make sure that nobody recognized it. And since nobody did, he thought that if no one claimed it, he would have it. John Lennon once said that Paul wrote nearly all of the song lyrics, but they couldn't find the title for quite some time. And the same as with the tune, the title came up to Paul in his sleep. One morning, Paul woke up and the song and the title were both there, completed. And let's find out how the song was recorded. It was Monday, June 14, 1965, and the band was in the EMI studio on Abbey Road. They had already recorded a few songs that day, and after, Paul decided that it was a time to record Yesterday. Even though Paul had been working on the song for quite some time, it was the first time he brought it into the studio, and when he played it on his guitar, Ringo, John and their producer George Martin said that there was no point in adding any instrument or anything else to the song, as it was perfect as a solo record.
Suddenly, I'm not half the man.
Later on, George Martin suggested adding a quartet of string players. Paul did not agree in the beginning, but eventually he trusted George Martin and the record was finished on June 17. When Yesterday was released, it ended up spending 4 weeks as the number one song and will go on to be one of the most famous songs by the Beatles. And now let's talk about a few interesting facts about Yesterday. Yesterday is the most covered pop song of all time with over 3,000 versions recorded according to the Guinness Book of World Records. It was also the song with the most radio plays till 1999. Yesterday was voted the best song of the 20th century in the 1999 BBC Radio 2 poll of music experts and listeners, and was also voted number one pop song of all time by MTV and Rolling Stone magazine the following year. This was the first Beatles song to capture a mass adult market. Most of their fans were young people to this point, but this song gave the band a great deal of credibility among the older audience. It also became one of their music classics, as company recorded instrumental versions as soothing background noise for shopping centers and elevators. Another Beatles song that lived on this form is Here Comes the Sun. When the Beatles performed this on their third live appearance on the Ed Sullivan Show, a stagehand asked Paul, "Are you nervous?" Paul lied, saying no, to which the man responded, "You should be, there are 73 million people watching."
Yesterday, all my troubles seem.
Broadcast Music Incorporated asserts that it was performed over 7 million times in the 20th century alone. Some of the artists who have recorded cover versions of this song include Boyz II Men, Ray Charles,
All my troubles seem so far away.
Marvin Gaye,
Now I need a place to hide away.
Tom Jones,
Oh, I believe
Elvis Presley,
In yesterday,
Frank Sinatra, and many more. Speaking about Frank Sinatra, if you like his music, you can go check out our last episode about Fly Me to the Moon, which is probably one of his most famous songs. Yesterday is also the name of 2019 film about struggling musician Himesh Patel, who finds himself in an alternative universe where the Beatles never existed. He finds this out when he plays Yesterday to some friends who think he wrote it.
Yesterday, all my trouble seems.
At the 2006 Grammy Awards, McCartney performed Yesterday live as a mashup with Linkin Park and Jay-Z. Although Yesterday has been covered by thousands of different and diverse artists, only 4 versions have actually made the charts. Those by the Beatles, Matt Monro, Ray Charles, and Marianne Faithfull. I'm sure that these are by far not all the interesting facts about the song, and there are tons more. I just didn't want to make this video an hour long. But still, if you know more facts or interesting stories about this beautiful song, please write them down in the comment section and I'll be happy to read it. Yesterday was a major breakthrough for the Beatles and the music industry as well. For the Beatles, this was the first song to capture a mass adult market. For the music industry, it is notable as one of the first pop songs to use elements of classical music. It had become the second most played song in the history of radio. The song was a major financial success as well. The estimated earnings of the song are $30 million, making Yesterday the 4th most profitable song in history. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button below. It will help channel to grow. Our next episode will be here in just 1 week. Let me know what song you want me to talk about next. That's it for today. Thank you very much for spending this time with me, and let the music inspire you the most. See you next time.